tell us some of the things that we can do at home for the kids in our lives to create an emotionally healthy climate.
Yeah, it's a great question, and what it makes me think of actually is our relationship as a culture to emotions and feelings. So one of the huge things that I think any adult can do, and including parents, is to help kids learn differently about emotions. We have a relationship with feelings in this culture that is fraught with, I think, misinformation and quite honestly kind of fear. If you think about the way kids learn about different feelings and the messages that they're told early on. Don't cry, stop crying, right? I'll give you something to cry about. You're being overly sensitive, or a youngster who's angry is like too much. I can't handle you because you're too angry. Or even youngsters who are expressing joy, and it's like, well, you can express it, but don't be too loud.
Calm down.
So we learn to mute feelings. We learn that kids learn that some feelings are good and some are bad, when in fact they are a part of who we are physiologically as human beings, and they're totally neutral. They can give us information that can guide us toward more fulfillment and more satisfaction. And so we really need to kind of shift our paradigm, we adults, you know, and shift the way we understand feelings, which will help us then to help our kids develop a different relationship with feelings.
And help us respond to the feelings they're having.
Exactly, exactly. And that response is key, you know, again, to the point of stop crying or you're doing too much. It's really important that our kids, that all of us have the opportunity to express whatever authentic feeling we're having in the moment, right? And again, understanding that none are good or bad, they all are, just are. Now, obviously, we want to teach kids to express them responsibly, right? And we want to help kids learn how to problem solve as well. But the first step is to say, oh, you're sad? Oh, okay. There's nothing wrong. That I'm sad. There's nothing wrong that I'm angry.
There's nothing shameful here.
Exactly. Exactly. And so I think, you know, if you're in a household, for example, with little ones, or even older ones if they haven't learned this yet, helping youngsters to learn how to simply identify, to name the feelings. These are things that happen in schools. You know, teachers have those little feelings posters with the faces. Well, same concept at home. So help kids begin to identify that what's going on with me right now is sadness.
How do we do that?
Happening. So before kids have language, right, they have impulses and they have noise, and some of the things that we can do is, you know, it's a bit of a guessing game, but you learn when certainly the distinction between being happy and mad, for example, right? So using the words ourselves. Oh, it sounds like you're angry right now. Oh, it sounds like you're sad right now. You know, everything from that to taking time when playing with the child to share pictures or to share your own expressions and have the youngster share his or her expression and attach labels to that. Those are some wonderfully concrete ways to help kids just begin to identify. And one of the things that we know is when a youngster is feeling, again, anyone, what's good for the kids is good for us as adults, right? But when we are stressed and are having a particular feeling, like my fear about coming and doing this Facebook, right? Part of what is helpful is for me simply to name, oh, I'm anxious.
That's fear I'm feeling.
I'm afraid, you know, and what it does is it gives the part of my brain that allows me to think rationally and logically, just to kind of say, oh, okay, this is what's going on. No problem. You know, I can override that feelings part that might make me feel overwhelmed by and say, oh, okay. That's helpful. And now I can just be with this fear and still be able to be present with you. Does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense.